Hey, how you doing? This is SEIJIHITO. Well, I had to actually take quite a detour, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys are wondering, Seiji, why are we back here? Seiji, what are we doing here? Seiji, how did we get here? Well, this is, in a sense, how we got here. I'm going to explain it, but this is what this woman decided to write about a black TikToker who does cooking videos, right? She said, in my opinion, marrying a black man means you either A, lower your standards or have none at all, B, wait your turn because he's probably someone else's husband currently, or C, just don't, right? And you're probably wondering, why would somebody decide that they want to directly write something like this, right? Well, there is a black TikToker. From everything that I was able to gather, the man is Haitian, right? You should potentially see the video directly in front of me playing on repeat. And he makes TikTok videos basically dealing with him cooking. So you see like the interior of his kitchen, you see him going directly to the refrigerator, and then he puts everything on the counter, he starts dicing it up, cooking it up, chefing it up, and he presents the final dish directly to you. Right now, note, this is a guy who, roughly, as I'm looking and recording this at this moment in time, he has about 3 million uh you know people that follow him, right? He only follows 137. He has 3 million followers. He has 53.9 million likes, right? And he's in California, and he does these videos. I'm like, all right, this is pretty much cool. All right, he got his own platform, yada yada yada. So then what I ended up finding out, that she stated, right? She was like, oh, well, I find it interesting that, at one point he would have his girlfriend directly in there, but then as soon as he started blowing up, then magically she slowly disappeared. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, why would, like, what are we doing here? And then she later stated that he has a Caucasian, right, girlfriend. And she was basically alluding to the fact that more than likely he stopped showing her due to the fact of he was getting popularity, or quote unquote, as some other people's tries to state, that he's trying to scam black women, right? He's trying to basically get black women to like him more, or to get the new ones that's coming there to not notice, right, that his girlfriend and or fiance is white. Now, this is my thing. Like I told people before, if you're obviously not interested, right, in black men, why are you so focused on what it is that he's doing? I looked at his content. Nowhere on his content that I sit up there and see that he is degrading, disrespecting, calling black women out of their name, belittling black women, attacking black. He's not doing nothing. Literally all of his videos, he's sitting up there cooking food. He's acting goofy. And some of the other videos that I've seen as well, like I said, it took less than 5 minutes. I scrolled through, you can clearly see his girlfriend slash fiance there dancing with him. So it's not like he took out the videos. It's not like she's not represented anywhere up there. She is there. But like I said before, people only want to focus on the things that they want to sit up there and focus on. But like I said before, when you have people like this, regardless of my disagreement, and I've stated this before, black women sitting up there dating white guys, you minding your business, I'm minding my business. Black men sitting up there dating white women, you minding your business, I'm minding my business. The only time that you're going to hear my mouth is when you start talking sideways. When you start literally talking sideways. Sorry for the blurredness. It was a little bit of a small picture, but this is some of the you'll start to see through the comments, right? Up above, she said, it's just because they're black men with money, nothing remarkable. Those women wouldn't date them otherwise because they're generally dumb and abusive. Oh, and ugly. Most are ugly, right? And this is a reply to somebody who stated, what's the professional black athlete's obsession with foreign women? You can love who you love. It just seems like it's a concentrated effort in the NFL. The next thing that she replied to, it ain't even anecdotal. I'm not looking at them for individuality. For them to come from a group that has inflicted so much pain on mine, there is no way I can even work through that. Black men have not done what white men have done, right? And her reply is this. To speak to history alone, yes, that's fair. But to say black men haven't done as much harm is revisionism. They've advanced like the same harm and negative causes towards women in the same manner white men have and can, but in a more delusional manner. Next, so what does going to white men solve? Because they're all the same and racist. This is what she replied. At baseline to start off, all men are the same, but the racism alleged in white men can just be regular prejudice in black men. So that's not helpful because you're saying it's more tolerable because they're black, and I disagree. And if you haven't dated outside your race, it's hard to compare slash contrast. So, to her point, right, that she wanted to say that black men and white men are basically the same and, all these other types of things. This is what I'm saying. Nothing is alleged. These are things that have happened. These are stories that I have actually taken out the time to cover, especially the Chad Wheeler story. Notice how you still don't hear anything about that in the media, how they have brushed past and blown over that story because obviously they don't care about this black woman. Obviously, other black women don't care about this black woman. Then you have another story down here. Man is accused of taking the life of a black woman in the back of a Phoenix City bus, is arrested and charged. And they actually had clips of what took place. Then you have another one where you have a man arrested following an attack on a black woman at a Jackson I think gas station, and he bonded out. Then you have another one where police asked the only black business owners in town if they actually owned the store. Then directly in the middle, Texas woman said that she was mistakenly held at point by cops who were searching for a male suspect. But like she said before, all of these things are alleged, right? None of this stuff is, actually true because, all of those guys are, innocent up until proven guilty, right? But for her point, black men are guilty up until proven innocent. You see how that works? You see how that works? Are we getting an understanding of what this is? So another person who basically sided with her stated this: black women gonna keep getting scammed by these dudes trying to make a buck off them. All you gotta do is basic vetting on who they are, their girlfriend slash wife, and that if you support, if your support will benefit you or a Becky, a May, Ling, Lupe slash Brad. Cost analysis. But see, this is the one interesting thing about that, right? She wanted to lastly, right, then put in Brad. I'm a little bit confused on that because the whole topic of the conversation solely had to do with this black man who was not focused on anybody else but his life and him enjoying cooking and the woman that he's with. That was it. Like I said, he didn't say nothing negative. So like I said before, regardless of my disagreement, and everything like that, it ain't nothing here for me to really go in on. It just ain't. Same thing I said up there and told people before. If you got a black woman out here sitting up here doing whatever she's doing, minding her business, not saying nothing negative about black men, she's just walking, that's it. It ain't nothing for me to say. I'm minding my business. I'm minding my business. So it's like I said, all of this is highly baffling and confusing to me, where you have all of these supposed black women, right, that are online focusing on black guys that more than likely they were never interested in, never would give the time of day, never tried to seek out or anything like that. The only reason that you're interested by these guys is because they're entertaining you, is because they're showing you specifically what it is that they can sit up there and do, and you're now attracted to that because initially you weren't even attracted to that guy. And then on top of that, it's always these types that are attracted to guys that they know aren't even attracted to them, and then they want to sit up there and start complaining. I'm a little bit confused. I thought people are supposed to focus on the things that they want to attract in life. So you mean to tell me that You have other black men out here that have TikToks or IGs or Facebooks or YouTubes or whatever it is, whatever social media platform it is. You mean to tell me that you're not going to focus on those black men that are obviously married to black women? You don't want to sit up there and support them, help their channel grow. You don't want to shower them with positivity and love and acknowledgement. You don't want to do none of that. I could have sworn a popular guy that we just recently had, we had Michael B. Jordan with Lori Harvey. Wasn't that a thing? Wasn't that a thing, or am I mistaken? Let me know. And then that whole situation, right, was deaded. But let's not forget that before Michael B. Jordan was with Lori Harvey, black women all over were sitting up there condemning and demonizing him because they saw him on a boat with a whole bunch of European women. So then they wanted to start saying that Michael B. Jordan is gay. They wanted to say that he doesn't date black women. They wanted to say all of these things. But magically, when he started dating Lori Harvey, right? Magically, all of that was like silence. Black women just moved away from Michael B. Jordan. That was it. They just decided to focus on clear cut somebody else. Like, oh, well, he's interested in black women. All right, well, I'm out of here. And now he's not with her. And now you see black women online now entertaining the idea of that they have a possible shot or a chance with Michael B. Jordan. And like I said before, let's be real. Let's be 100% real. A lot of the women that are pining and saying all of these things about Michael B. Jordan, they're not directly trying to put themselves in his line of sight. They're not going in his DMs. They're not trying to hit him up on Twitter, on IG, or whatever it is. They're not trying to go to the basketball games and sit courtside near him so that he knows that they exist. They're not willing to actually go out to those lengths to actually get this man's attention and to potentially date him or be in a potential marriage with him. And that's just facts. That is just facts. If you don't believe me, like I said before, when you watch an NBA game, look at who's sitting courtside, and then also look at who is also sitting behind the players when they're on the bench. Count those races of women there, and let me know if I'm wrong. But like I said before, it is what it is. The main thing that I tell people is like, yo, just sit up there and mind your business. If you're obviously not interested in, this guy or these types of guys, leave it as that. Go focus, go spend your energy on those guys that you are clear cut interested in. But when you want to speak common sense and tell people to do common sense type things, people want to do other things. The most interesting thing about the comment that they left up here, right? Which is saying that what's funny is that the dancing is why I don't follow him. LOL. That's what annoyed me. So the entertaining factor, so not just the fact that, the dude basically cooks, which I'm pretty sure a lot of women and other people who like cooking, like eating food, want to learn how to cook. They're watching his videos. The entertaining factor is basically him goofing around and sitting up there dancing, because a lot of people like to sit up there and dance. Now other people will sit up there and say like, oh well, he's trying to sit up there and buck and all this other type of stuff. I mean, all right, I guess all black people that in a sense dance, because the wider audience is going to be Caucasian, everybody else would fit in the black community, would fit for that perspective, right? Because once you throw it on social media, it's not like the greater majority of black people are watching you. The whole world is watching you. And that's going to outnumber the amount of views that you're going to get, right? Quote unquote, from black people, because we all know how that goes, right? Black people normally don't support and they don't show up when somebody is basically just starting off and when they're not popping. Once that person basically starts becoming popular and everybody is basically looking, that's when people want to entertain the idea of like, yo, let me see what this dude is about. Like, yo, his videos are really getting like, oh, he got all of these likes. Like, yo, look at all these comments. Oh, look at all this engagement. Right? That's when people want to sit up there and start, pulling up directly to the scene. But it's like it's interesting how people want to try to pick apart some of these things once they quote unquote find out, right? These are the same people that have been ingesting a lot of his content, but yet they seemingly magically didn't look through the content enough to notice that his wife is white, his fiance is white. I'm a little bit confused. Like I said, I just saw this on Twitter. I sat up there and just looked up the dude's page, and less than a few minutes, I sat up there and saw the woman that he was with. So I'm a little bit confused on how it is that they're missing this, like I said before. And last but not least, she said the dancing came in when she went out. That's what made me notice something had changed. I'm like, why he not feeding his wife anymore and just dancing? Like I said, why is it that people want to use so much time and energy to focus on somebody that they're obviously not even interested in? Like I said, go back to the very first thing that she wrote. Let me see if I can actually find it real quick, where she basically stated that if you decide, in my opinion, marrying a black man means either A, you lowered your standards or have none at all, B, wait your turn because he's probably someone else's husband currently, or C, just don't. Like I said before, when you have somebody basically write that, and it's a generalized statement and it's dealing with black men, that's letting you know who it is that they don't like, who it is that they don't entertain, or anything of that nature. But yet again, these will be the same exact types that will start complaining, right? No, this guy is not her preference, but because she found out that he has this white fiance or wife, now it's a problem. Now it's an issue. Now she wants to say all of these things along with other women on social media, even though he doesn't know who they are. He's never entertained them at all, never had a conversation, never talked negatively, never done anything. Like I said, if you got people like this out there that's just minding their business, you need to sit up there and just mind your business too. It ain't affecting you. It don't take no effort to sit up there and mind your business. But like I said before, if it comes to a point where you have individuals, or those individuals who are dating outside, that want to sit up there and start saying negative things about black people, the black community, black men, black women, black children, black elders, that's the point in time where you should be speaking up. And that's especially the point in time where you're going to hear me run my mouth.